and the Beast?
No, it's Elves versus Jund.
Well, I'm just saying, Elves is Beauty and Jund is clearly the Beast.
I would disagree.
Have you looked at an elf lately?
Yeah, they're hideous. You got horns and shit?
What?
Yeah, they got horns.
What horned elf is there?
Any elf from Lorwyn.
Has horns?
Yeah, any elf from Origins. Most of the elves in Steven's deck.
So you're telling me Dwynen's Elite has horns on it?
Dwynen's Elite's got some homes. And look, I'm all for an extra set of handlebars, but sometimes it's just a little too freaky.
A little too weird, huh?
Yeah.
Are those horns?
Yeah, they're horns.
What a weird thing to put on an elf. Why would you put horns on an elf?
Because those elves are from Lorwyn, and Lorwyn elves have horns.
Alright, well, looks like we got some hands drawn up.
Double keeps. Quick start for Steven.
He's ready to break some bones here with this Llanowar elf. And here's an Inquisition.
Inquisition's a card that really shines in pretty much every matchup. It's a very pliable magic card.
High pliability. Is this a lead the Stampede in Comminos? It is. I like this inclusion.
Do you?
These serve as like collected companies 5 through 8.
Mm-hmm.
You look at 5 cards and you get all the creatures.
All of them.
Into your hand.
Into your
you don't
hand.
get to put them into play. Collected company is obviously way more powerful. You go a card deeper.
Still powerful
But
though.
this one's good enough that Kyle's going to choose it here with Inquisition. One of the most pliable cards in the Jund deck.
In any deck, really.
Sure. All right,
Setting up for a massive turn 3 is Steven on his 1 forest. How do you feel about this snow-covered forest?
I like it. Throws him off. It's got a lot of.
And here's the Thoughtseize.
Is this a card of great pliability here?
Thoughtseize? I think Thoughtseize is a bit less pliable.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's more so because you can take any card. As you saw him take the collected company there.
Absolutely. So the 2 life payment makes it a little bit less pliable because you want it in fewer matchups.
All right. So any Alright, so Comminos is going to draw a card here, attack for 1. And now he's got more mana than he knows what to do with. 3/6 next turn, so hopefully we get a Craterhoof Behemoth would be good.
That would be good.
A Regal Force would be amazing.
I don't think they run that card.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I don't agree with it, but
I mean,
I agree with him not running it. It's a different kind of deck, but it is a very strong card in Elves.
so Regal Force to let him reload his hand here entirely. I think.
But so does Lead the Stampede, and that costs 5. So if
Lead
the reason
Stampede costs 3.
3, I'm sorry, versus the
Regal Force costing 7.
7.
All right. Now Palmer's he's
A Paragoyfs.
all right.
I like this tapping, leaving
Collected
some mana
company,
open.
leaving 1 up.
Leaves you really pliable here. So
Now
if you
Collected Company is a card that has shown us through its lifespan some great pliability.
I might disagree with that, but only
Excuse me there.
it's likely only because I really don't like the card Collected Company.
I'm not a humongous fan either, but it's a card that it's been in several different decks, shown us a lot of different.
Has it though? So it's been in the Elves deck, which is like the most aggro version of the deck.
There was 2 different Bant Collected Company decks in Standard. There was
but they're just like mid-range junk with like.
There was the Cryptolith Rights deck played Collected Company in that Standard.
If you weren't playing Collected Company in that standard, you were doing something terribly wrong.
Right. So it fit itself. It was pliable in that it fit itself into many different decks.
I think the format was pliable in that it shaped itself around Collected Company.
I'll apply your format.
Will you?
So I know Billy has a
Oh my.
yeah.
That's
This
a
is
lot of damage.
big hit. There's 10,
9 you.
3, 9, right? So at this point, I have so many elves, it doesn't matter. I'm just getting in. I'm turning them all sideways. Because he blocks 2 of them, right? And he takes, what, 5? Puts him to 3. You do it again next turn, you get him dead.
Yeah, I think Kyle's out here is to block not land or elves.
Right. I think he needs to block the
So, like,
Harbinger and the...
Harbinger's not attacking because it was just played. So I think we're on Essence Warden, Heritage Druid.
Heritage Druid, that's it.
There you go.
Alright.
So now his out is Maelstrom Pulse on Landlord Elf.
Sure.
But he also needs a land, so...
Here's a land. Oh, we have 2 Terminates in hand.
So Terminate can kill 1 creature, but he's still taking 3. He needs to get a 2 for 1 somewhere.
So he's got this land, and he can play the Scavenging Ooze.
Okay, and go up a life. That'll keep him alive for a turn.
Will it?
Right now, yeah.
No, he still takes 4 there.
So he can block 1, 2, 3.
Wait, whoa. Steven did not attack. An attack there would have been lethal.
Sure, yeah. And now this is just going to get away.
Yep. So we're going to cast a Grim Flare and a Terminate this turn. He's got 4 mana available to him. And that's all you need.
Steven might just be waiting for any elf to pump his guys.
Sure.
I mean, he's got outs. He's not out of this game. But
Yeah, Azuri's huge here. Oh man, maybe he'll see it now.
I don't know
That
he has it
represents
now.
an additional damage. So he blocks 4 of them. 3 gets through.
But then he can just terminate the one that he penalty events.
Sure. So end of turn, he terminates the big one.
Steven's running out of operative turns here.
Yep. It looks, man, that window was 1 turn.
Mm-hmm.
He had a 1-turn window and he just slipped. If you had just 1 shot to seize the game, would you take it? Or would you let it slip?
Not playing Tragic Slip, unfortunately. But we are playing Liliana of the Veil. I don't agree with this at all.
Oh, man. Discarding cards? He discards a Terminate?
Yeah, that
Wow.
Terminate is a little more valuable than this Liliana, I believe. Now you don't have Terminate mana up to play your other Terminate.
Right.
I mean, I guess you can eat a guy, but if he has, like, his out is still, like, an elf that pumps his team.
Azuri Renegade Leader.
That one wouldn't do it immediately, but
Elvish Archdruid.
Elvish Archdruid would also not do it immediately, but pretty close.
Here we go, Elvish Archdruid. Everybody gets bonused. Alright.
So now Azuri definitely wins him the game. But Kyle needs help to stay alive. And I mean, the help in the form of this Terminate is perfectly fine.
Yep. Man,
Not even letting him untap with it. That's a good call.
the Collected Company from Billy would be huge here. Oh.
Getting
Or for Steven.
spicy.
Oh, man. See, if I was going to attack with anything, it would be this Grim Flare. Because if he wants to trade off with it, it requires 2 creatures.
Yeah.
And if he just lets it through, you're going to manipulate that library. And that's good news for you. Yep.
That's a huge chunk of life, though. Kyle spinning this die. He's waiting going down or up.
I'd go down on Liliana in this situation.
I agree.
Yeah, you just have to reduce the numbers. Elves is a numbers game, and if you reduce the total number on the board, that's how you're gonna get the win here.
Another Elvish archer off the top just wins the game for Steven here.
Sure. And there it is.
Azuri
Let's
does
see.
not win the game for Steven,
Oh, that's an Azuri Renegade leader.
but it's pretty close.
Interesting. So Azuri's gonna be able to regenerate any elf, and any elf that isn't him. So Kyle needs a removal spell here off the top. He can attack again. I think Billy or Steven can just do some blocking and regenerating.
Yeah, you just chump block for days. Oh, pulls the Abrupt Decay.
See, now you need to pay green manas and create blockers. Nope. All right. So what he could have done there is put regeneration shields on 2 of the elves, I think. Yeah, 2 is the maximum there. And so you gain blockers for these guys.
Sure.
Buys you a turn.
Goes down to 7.
Liliana goes
But
up,
really, this is
nothing
his
happens.
operative turn. Like,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, Steven got a little unlucky there with the...
I don't know that it's unlucky. I think
He
just
definitely
he
didn't-
let it slip.
He definitely missed his window, and but with that abrupt decay right off the top.
Oh yeah, the
pretty
Abrupt Decay off
unlucky.
the top was nice. But really, any removal spell off the top gets him there, and you're junned. You're gonna get something.
Right. Alright, so he jumps to use. Steven's gonna go to 3 here. Alright. What do we have here? I think a collected company does a lot of work here.
Yeah.
Another Azuri would be fantastic. Another Azuri would mean that you could block and regenerate all of your guys. Oh, this card.
It's bringing it real close.
Real close. So,
He can't actually.
where are we at on this Grim Flare?
So he could attack with 3.
That doesn't win him the game, though.
It kills the Grimflayer.
Right, but then he loses the game on the swing back.
That's true. So he's probably just playing to his out here of his opponent not blocking. Or blocking poorly.
Yeah, he needs to block with both his creatures. And you get to win the game. Well, I guess, geez, it doesn't even matter. You get to gain life.
You can gain 2.
Yeah, that's the game. That's the show right there.
Alright, let's see if Kyle sees it. He can just attack with his guys. His many guys. Well, he's going to attack with 2 of them.
Right. Any 2 will do. Well, not Grim Flares. Huh. Alright, well. That game was interesting. Steven definitely set up the board in such a way that he overwhelmed Kyle's removal spells.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what you have to do against Jund. It's hard to do. Jund has a ton of removal spells, and a lot of these lists are main decking Anger the Gods.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle is. Like, his mana wasn't set up to main deck Anger of the Gods, really.
Right.
But I think Kyle's definitely bringing in 4 to 5 board wipes out of the board, and that's bad news for Steven.
Yeah, that's not where you want to be. I think Steven, he definitely had an explosive start, but didn't. Kyle's discard was able to take away like his payoff spells, and that's just not gonna Not gonna win any games.
So Steven's got to win on turn 4 here.
Okay.
He's got to be playing to win on turn 4. You can maybe dodge an Anger of the Gods. Like, maybe he just doesn't have many Anger of the Gods, and, like, he's just waiting for the damnation.
Okay.
But beyond that, you're not getting any help.
Right. Do you take out the Inquisition? Or is that card pliable enough that it can stay in?
Inquisition's definitely staying in. Thoughtseize probably comes out on the draw.
Okay.
Because you can't afford the 2 life on the draw.
I see.
I like taking Liliana out a lot.
Oh, sure.
Because that card does literal nothing.
Steven just got offered the drop from this tournament. Let's go eat. I've definitely dropped from tournaments I was winning in to go eat food.
Oh, absolutely.
If you haven't, you done messed up. All right, cards in, cards out, shuffle, shuffle.
We can see the lesser Comminos leaving in the background.
Yeah, why don't we use that term anymore? Like in the biblical times, they would always talk about John the Greater, John the Lesser.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think people got sensitive
Offended?
about it.
Was that the first bout of political correctness we had? The first term we lost to the PC principle?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. It's a fine. I'll take it. The world's a better place.
It's a fine casualty.
If that's where we had to begin, I'll sacrifice that one to get the ones we got in here late. Let's list some of those.
No, we're not.
Kidding. I'm joking.
We're going down a dark path here.
Yeah, welcome
we need
to
turn
my
back.
world.
We need to bring it back.
Bringing it back. Here we go. We're drawing up 7s.
So how many mirrors do you have in your house?
Mirrors. I have the one in the bathroom.
That's it?
Only bathroom mirrors.
Oh, wow. Okay. Say a lot of tongue twisters in the bathroom then?
So I'm a hairdresser, so I stand in a mirror all day.
Oh, okay. So you've got lots of mirror time.
Mm-hmm. Kyle is an Anger of the Gods in his opener, and I see a Stomping Ground to cast it, so we're at least part of the way there.
If he gets the mana to cast this, it's going to be bad news for Steven.
I feel like it's been a tough night to put the Comminos on camera.
Sure.
Sure.
I think Elves isn't a good matchup for John. Like, it's pretty close to even. Like, it's one of those, like, 55, 45.
Yeah,
can go either way, depending on the
well.
player draw. Going down to 6, though. He does have the Golgari Charm, which is relevant. 1 land Cavern is probably good enough to keep this. Another land on the top, and he's in great shape, but no.
Right.
So he couldn't ever cast the Golgari Charm, basically.
Right. Well, I mean, you gotta draw one of your black sources.
Right.
And I know he's got Fetches, Overgrown Tombs, and the Gilt Leaf
Palace.
Gilt Leaf Palace.
What do you think the value of a Gilt Leaf Palace is?
It's got to be at like $45.
$45.
All right, we'll set the over/under at 12.5.
It's over.
All right.
I would have set the over/under at like 19.5.
Here's the research. Gilt, like
GILT.
dash.
It's called a hyphen. You spelled guilt wrong.
I was spelling it like
Turn 1 Essence Warden. I don't think life gain's going to do you much good here. But it is an elf on 1.
All right, do we have the votes in the chat? $15.99 for an NM copy from StarCityGames.com.
Holy smokes.
They got a bunch of MPs for $12 though. If I was building the EDH deck, that's where I'd be grabbing them.
Yeah, getting some MP lands for your EDH. I can get behind that.
I want to get some like HP, my 10-year-old markered on my dual land
Yeah.
for my EDH decks. Especially because I'm playing Riku, so I got a lot of expensive ones in there.
Big old beats.
Coming in for 19, and Comminos passes.
Oh, this is a really weird pass.
This Golgari charm is weird.
So Golgari Charm is great, but it doesn't do anything here.
What's it great for?
Regenerates all your creatures.
Oh, so it's your response to Anger the Gods.
Right, but I mean, if you're just saving your Essence Warden,
Right.
he's clearly not going to anger here. But Steven just doesn't have any other plays.
Yeah, he mulled down to 5, and so I think Essence Warden plus.
The only questionable
the
play
top of
here
the deck.
is shocking for this Overgrown Tomb. I don't know what he's trying to represent here.
Yeah.
Kyle just has 2 lands. If Steven had a more explosive start, this could have been.
Could have been Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Man, Steven still doesn't have a
I
2
think
drop.
Kyle's gonna go for the Lightning Bolt here. I would have Lightning Bolted that.
No, I mean, you got to save. Oh, man, he's
Oh,
got the Night Soul Betrayal, too.
Jeez, I guess.
You got to save your Lightning Bolts for things that matter, but drew a second one, so might as well fire it off instead of discarding it.
So, the real blowout's going to be if he angers Steven first, and then follows up with this Night of Souls Betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
Because Steven will have used the charm on the anger,
Oh, sure.
where you can destroy the Night of Souls Betrayal.
Charm is another very pliable card while we're on the
Oh, yeah.
topic.
The pliability on that card is strong.
Hit artifacts, regenerate guys, give all creatures -1/-1. Doesn't get much more pliable
I thought
than
it
that.
destroys enchantments.
Destroys enchantments, sorry, yes. Did I say
Okay,
artifacts?
Yeah.
Artifacts on the brain.
I think we're talking about Rakdos Charm.
Rakdos Charm blows up a creature, is a great response to Splinter Twin.
Yes.
That was the key mode there for Rakdos Charm. I've won several games using that mode.
So I was in the final round of Grand Prix Toronto.
Is it also Exile Graveyard?
Correct.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was in the final round of Grand Prix
Look at
Toronto.
how pliable this guy is.
Oh yeah, all those modes.
Yeah.
I like this version of it too. I love the choose one and then bullet points
Yeah.
formatting they're doing
Very
on modal
clean.
spells now.
Yeah, it's very clean.
Holy smokes! So on the game, it looks like we have
A
a
Thoughtseize.
That's what you're looking at there.
Thoughtseize with Lead the Stampede and a bunch of 3-drops.
So I'm in my winning in for day 2 of Grand Prix Toronto, playing Burn against Splinter Twin.
Sure.
Guy does the combo, and I try and just get like the most dejected look on my face, like, all right.
Here we go again.
And I was like, yep, and he looked at me, and I go, what? You're gonna attack me? And he goes,
Steven's scooping it up.
he.
He's seen enough.
No, I think he's just picking his cards up from the Thoughtseize.
Oh, I see.
And he looks at me and he goes, I was at 7.
Yeah.
He looks at me, he was at like 8 or something.
Yeah.
He looks at me, he goes, I'll make 4 guys. And I looked at him. He read me for it. I looked at him and I was so angry. I thought I had sold it so well. And I had nothing to do but cast the Rakdos Charm and try and draw,
That's
enough
Gabe.
burn to kill him.
Sure.
So I looked at him and I cast the Rakdos Charm. He goes, yeah, you didn't sell it very well. Oh, man. So that's my Rakdos Charm story. But the times you did get those twin players when they just went off and made a billion tokens, and you're like, oh, get you for all you're worth, idiot.
Sure. So I
Felt
played
really
it.
good.
I played it in Jund, so my life total was often just 20 or 16 or something.
Oh, sure.
So I'm just like, yeah, all right. See what you got, and I'm like, all right, well, I got to make 16 guys.
Well, that's the thing is he made half the number of guys he needed to make.
Oh, so he didn't make the
He didn't
appropriate.
make enough to kill me.
Oh, okay.
He made because he had it on Deceiver Exarch.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought he
Lightning
had it on
Bolt doesn't-
Pestermite. So.
Lightning Bolt doesn't kill Deceiver Exarch.
Right.
So he doesn't have to like play around me,
Sure.
killing it next turn.
I gotcha. But I mean,
it was brutal.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Didn't sell it very well.